Coming off a bye week, it's always exciting to get to the point to where it's time to go play. I feel like we've had good practices, and the kids are relaxed and prepared to go into a hectic environment against a very good football team and play a game. So it's good to get to this point, and away we go tomorrow. Be a good trip, and we'll have a good day and get prepared for an early kickoff, and it should be a big-time Big Ten football game.
Was Chris Borland able to practice today?
Yes, he was. Yeah, yep, he did. He went most of the practice and tells me he feels good. So I don't know when Chris has ever told me he doesn't feel good, but he looked good today.
Did you consider him a game-time decision?
Yeah, I would say. And it's really going to depend on Chris and the trainers. The trainers have done a tremendous job of getting him to this point, and Chris knows how to take care of his body. Like I said early in the week, I'm very optimistic, and I expect him to play.
Is it a sense of relief, or I don't know what the right word is, just knowing that he can go and the difference that he makes?
Well, it's great to have a special player out there, but Trotter's ready to go, and O'Neal and Landish and Ethan's come in and played inside, and I think we'll be fine either way. And these kids have high expectations of themselves personally to go out and produce on game day. So we'd all like to have Chris play. I'd like to have Chris play for Chris. It's important for him. He's got a lot of things to play for, and he's excited about those opportunities that he needs to be on the field to reach a lot of his goals. It's important for him to be out there for him personally, and that means a lot to me.
As close as the benches to the stands there, I'm guessing Melvin might hear some things from the stands. Have you talked to him at all about that, or how do you think he'll handle that?
We briefly talked about it as a team, and really not even in a team environment. Just these kids know that it's very close. It's going to be a hectic crowd. That's college football. It's awesome, and it is what it is. But the goal is to not get distracted. Number one, and number two, to just pretend like you don't hear it. It's probably the best thing to do. And number three, if you're a coach and you got to distract all the attention to you, and maybe that's better too than the players. Anything else?
Martin Manley's returned 2 punts for touchdowns. I know you guys have kind of worked on special teams a lot. What have you done this week to prepare for him?
Well, the biggest thing is the kick. We want to get the kick up in the air, and they're a hold-up team, so they've got some very talented kids that want to stick you on the line of scrimmage and take your gunners out of it, and they do a good job with that. It's a matter of getting down the field. If we get the punt up in the air and we're able to disengage on a couple blocks early, we usually have a pretty good opportunity to cover. But a line drive flat kick and getting held up will cause you issues with a young man like him, because he's very talented and he's proven to be.
Is there significance to November football to you? I mean, what does that mean?
No, not really, not to me. We prepare like we prepare, and the only thing that I get to this time of the year, and you start to see the end of the road being with this group of kids, and I guess if November means anything to me, it's a little bit of a sad part of the whole deal, because you only got so many days left with the group of kids that you're with, and I feel like that every year, the teams that I'm with, and we want to enjoy it though. We want, winning helps you enjoy things.
I think Ethan Hemer's only got 2 tackles in 7 games. Does that represent how he's playing? Or that's a hard position to get stats at sometimes, isn't it?
It is. It's a very difficult position. And again, it's a lot of times he's a good player, and people know they got to stay on the combination blocks and the double teams on him for a long period of time. And to me, it's in its own way, it's a credit to Ethan and the way people have to be able to deal with him, because he moves the line of scrimmage, he does his job at the point of attack, and those combination blocks stay on him for a long time and allow the linebackers to run free.
Does he ever get frustrated by that?
I think he does. Everybody does, right? Everybody wants to. If you're running the ball, you want yards, you want touchdowns, you want catches. If you're a wide receiver, as a defensive player, you want to get tackles, and I'm sure that's it's difficult for him at times to understand. Why are these guys staying on me so long? But again, I think it's a lot out of respect from the offensive line coaches and the offensive lines that we face.
Gary, Jacob Andersen hadn't put up a lot of big numbers early, part because he hadn't played a lot, and then he missed an Ohio State game. But he said he went to his position coach the other day and said, hey, or not too long ago, hey, look for me more. I can produce. Do you think that helped the last 2 games and he put up bigger numbers?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the evolution of the offense is continually improved with the tight ends, and the good thing is when he has had opportunities, he's taken advantage of it, and that's what key players do. But I know that it's been a focus to include these tight ends in the game plan more and more each week as we get more of the playbook in the first year.
Gary, have you heard about Iowa's pink locker rooms for the visitors? Have you ever been at a place where they did stuff like that?
Well, I've been in locker rooms where they try to do a lot of different things, and I hear it's a very nice locker room. So that's what we really care about. And some locker rooms are not so nice, and from my understanding, it's a nice locker room. It's got a lot of space for us. And, all the other stuff that comes with that, I don't quite understand it. I don't think it doesn't bother me. So we're all right. We played in pink gloves last week. We did okay with those on, so I think we'll be fine. We good? Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
Gary.
Thanks, guys.